Now time for another check of your forecast, and some of the key highlights are the coolest day of the next 7 is today. We are going to be a bit on that breezy side with winds mainly coming out of the southwest, but then as that high pressure system over northern Mexico shifts on closer to central Texas, that's when those temperatures really ramp up to the low 80s for both central Texas and the Brazos Valley, and it would shatter the previous record of 79 for central Texas for Christmas Day with the high we're calling of 83. We do drop to the upper 70s by the time we get to the latter part of the weekend and early sections of next week, and the Brazos Valley, you do stay in those 80s for the latter part of the weekend into Monday before y'all drop into those upper 70s as well. And we are watching a good chance of a few isolated showers here or there. It's 20% right now, but it could trend upward, it could trend downward depending on the pattern because it is still a good 6 days out. And here is that area of high pressure that I'm talking about. It's just going to go right past portions of central Texas or far southern Texas, and with that big field of high pressure, the northern fringes of it will cover portions of central Texas and even portions of north Texas on back through Louisiana and on throughout much of the southeast, including portions of Alabama, Mississippi, as well as southern Georgia and down into Florida as well. So if you're heading to those locations for your Christmas, do expect warmer temperatures for those particular regions. And for your Christmas, by the way, we do have quite a bit of that rain and snow showers throughout much of that Rocky Mountain area and out towards the far west, places like LA and San Francisco. That's where you're going to be seeing some of that heaviest rainfall. So if you're heading out there, you may want to pay attention to that, especially with the possibility of mudslides from those burn scars as a result of those wildfires. But here in Texas, we could be seeing just a few isolated showers here or there, nothing necessarily reaching the ground, and it would mainly be confined to East Texas as well as the Piney Woods. There's that area of high pressure over northern Mexico like I talked about, and there's a big area of low pressure that's driving that atmospheric river throughout portions of California, Northern California, up toward the Pacific Northwest over portions of Oregon as well as Washington State, including places such as Seattle and Portland. This is a live look on our downtown tower cam. There you see those lights on that Santa Fe Plaza looking absolutely gorgeous on this penultimate day before Christmas. Winds out of the south at 17 miles an hour. That helped to mix out a lot of that fog that we saw earlier this morning, and we are in those upper 50s, but we're going to warm up quite nicely to those low to mid 70s because you're going to have that southwesterly flow bringing in a lot of that slightly drier air, and some areas might even get to 80 like Brownwood checking in at that number. And then we do drop to those lower 60s only for lows tonight because we are going to have that southwesterly flow in place, and as a result of all this, I'm going to give this a good solid 8 on that joining meter. We're well above average for highs and above average high for lows even, so warm next few days ahead.